A spine-chilling story. A perfect gift for those who love tribal horror stories. If you like our stories, then please like our video. Subscribe this channel. And be sure to give your opinion by commenting. Camera check. Felicia says, pulling her hair back and looking at the primary camera. Perfect, exclaims David. You are audible in your ugly voice, remarks Matt. Fuck you, Matty, Felicia says, flashing her middle finger towards him. In 3 guys, Ayara says, positioning her camera. 3, 2, 1. Let's roll. Myth breakers, as they denoted themselves, had taken up the responsibility of revealing the truth behind the popular cults around the world. The 4 of them had formed a group as a part of a college activity and spent a night in a local sanatorium that was believed to be haunted. They had recorded their entire night with their phone cameras, and even though it was a creepy experience, they had not come across anything that could be stated as supernatural. They had commenced through everything for the sake of their project. But when Ayara came up with a 30-minute edit of their entire experience, they were blown away by it. Matt further flared up the video by adding music snippets and effects on the video, and they uploaded the final result on YouTube. They had become a sensation overnight, something that they had never expected. The name Myth Breakers was chosen in the heat of the moment. They had to book a domain name, and they also needed a name for their YouTube channel. It was all they could come up with in that instant. Ever since then, they had explored several haunted places, but it had become stale in a couple of years. They needed something new to revive their channel and viewership. Felicia was the one who had come up with the idea. They began recording and analyzing black magic, occults, religious rituals and sacrifices that were being practiced in several corners of the planet. It required an initial investment from them, but it had picked up well with the sponsors, and money had begun flowing gradually. Hey friends! We are back with another sensational episode of Myth Breakers. Today, we are going to have a deeper insight into voodoo with an ancient tribe residing deep into the woods of Haiti. She says and snaps her finger, cueing David and Ayara to cut the frame. We have Rosaline with us, who is a local and knows the language the tribe people use to communicate with each other. Felicia says, pointing towards a middle-aged woman. She also speaks English and will be assisting us in this episode in understanding what is happening, she adds. Ayara shifts the focus of her camera to the backdrop where dozens of tribe people are clad in white ritualistic clothes. She focuses on the people preparing the instruments for the ritual. Can you tell us what is happening over there, Rosaline? Felicia asks, pointing towards the tribe people. Preparation for summoning LOA, Rosaline reverts, facing the camera. Can you tell us more about this LOA, Rosaline? And how is it connected to voodoo? LOA, the spirit of voodoo. They are guardians. The spirits looking after us. They help communicate with Bonda. Who is Bonda? Supreme God. What is going to happen here? Is this a ritual or something? Sacrifice for LOA. LOA happy, the tribe prosperous, and LOA protects. So, this LOA is your protector. Rosaline nods at the camera. Has anybody ever seen the LOA? LOA not seen. LOA talks through medium. Possesses a body to speak to us. Can we see the possession? Tonight they call for LOA. Sacrifice blood and LOA come to us. LOA tells us what to do. How to be prosperous. Felicia suddenly screams, jumping up in air and stomping her feet on the ground. A fucking spider, she says. Suddenly, everyone is laughing and the environment gets a little less tense. Tell me you did not record that, David. He laughs hysterically while nodding. You are here to record what voodoo is all about, and the thing that actually throws you off balance is a spider. He adds. This is not going in the bloopers section, Matt, or I'm going to murder your ass. They all laugh, and even though Rosaline also has a smile crawled up on her face, there is something sinister about it. She looks up at the sky and chants something. Did you get that? Matt whispers to Aera. Get what? The lady was whispering something, he says, looking up at the sky which has turned crimson dark. Felicia gets in front of the tribe people, now standing in a circle formation, and speaks while facing the camera. This is a special episode for Myth Breakers because we are breaking the popular myth of voodoo as portrayed by the Hollywood flicks or fiction books. If you look at the people behind me, she says, pointing towards the tribe people. The people have gathered together to call upon LOA as a part of the voodoo practice. It is not about scary dolls that can be used to kill a victim by piercing the doll with needles. I have grown up watching such scary episodes, but voodoo in general is a lot different from that. She walks towards the group and rests her hand on one of the many musical instruments that resemble drums, only much taller in height. Apparently, they beat these drums to produce a music that assists them in calling upon LOA. It's called voodoo drumming according to my last Wikipedia check. Suddenly, she is pushed by one of the tribesmen and she falls face first into the ground. She grazes her upper lip in the process and it begins bleeding. What the fuck? David comes to her rescue, keeping his camera on the floor. The tribesman is now looking at them both in anger. She shouts something in a language they cannot comprehend and points towards Felicia. No touch, says Rosaline, rushing towards Felicia. She turns towards the tribesman and says something. He reverts something and then leave them. It's alright, David, they are probably concerned about a foreigner touching their instrument, she says, getting up. Fuck, it hurts, the real voodoo seems much more creepy than the voodoo dolls, she curses, touching her lip. Can I get a bottle of water? Why the fuck are you still shooting, Aera? Aera cuts. Voodoo drumming is now echoing through the woods and the people are chanting something while making weird sounds in between. The camera pans towards Felicia, who is standing with a swollen lip alongside Rosaline. I was looking for information on the internet and came to know that there are different kinds of LOA. She said loudly over the chants to Rosaline. LOA divided into Nankons. Some powerful, some not. Different LOA, different roles, she speaks facing the camera. So, which LOA is being summoned here? Petwo. Devious and mischievous. Very powerful and dangerous. I'm sorry? Earlier, before we began shooting, you were saying that LOA is harmless. They guide you and protect you. Felicia gestures towards David and Aera to cut the cameras. While David obeys, Aera leaves the camera rolling on the tripod while she runs towards Felicia along with the others. A loud thunder followed after a lightning bolt grumbles through the woods, unnerving the entire team. It's near, Rosaline says and smile. What's near? David asks, holding her by shoulder. A sacrifice needed to please Petwo. He come down and kill our enemies from other village, she laughs manically. A sacrifice. She pulls out a dagger hidden in the folds of her dress and slits open the throat of David. The blood gurgles out of his mouth and throat as the others shriek in shock of the event. They turn to run as several tribe people appear and hold them with brute force. They carry Felicia, Matt, and Aera to the center of the circle and tie them up on wooden logs as they keep begging for their lives and screaming at the top of their lungs. A few more thunderbolts jolt the sky as the tribe people dance to the drums and chant along. Rosaline dances along as she reaches near the three of them. She takes out her dagger and raises it high up in the sky. One of the tribesmen bring 3 wooden bowls and place them underneath the neck of the trio. Rosaline takes turn in slitting the throats of all the 3, enjoying every second of the friction between her dagger and their skin. 3 people hold their neck in place as blood pours into the bowls from their neck. The tribe people sing louder as their bodies twist in pain for the last time. Rosaline picks up one of the bowl and offers it to Petwo by holding it up in the sky. She then drinks from the bowl while the others dance. Picking up the other bowl, she drenches herself in the blood. She pours the blood from the third bowl into the earth as an offering. Everyone stops as strong wind pierces its way through the woods and swivels past them. A loud gasp escapes Rosaline's mouth as looks up at the sky. She closes her eyes and bring her head down to look at the tribe people. As she opens them, everybody gets down on their knees and bend their head in respect. Her eyes are pale when she looks at the camera before she waves her hand in air and crushes it.